where hopium and common sense collide. Starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boys, CryptoKeeper, BlockchainCrusader here on a beautiful Tuesday night. It looks like Sean from New World Crypto was first. That's what you should have put into the chat, Sean. First. We appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you know what, guys, if we could, I want to ask if you could share this out tonight. So there's only a few people in here right this second. If you guys could share this out, it would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get as many people, not only obviously into the YouTube, but really affiliated with and inside the Discord. So if you guys aren't in there, the information is down below the video. We are pumped up about what we're doing with our NFTs. So yeah, Miguel, how was your day, brother?
It was good. It was good. Stressful, but good. We'll keep
Whenever
that
you
conversation for offline.
Yeah, whenever you take a deep breath before you tell somebody how their day went, or ask, or get that response. Oh, okay, okay. Well, that being said, what's on the podium,
dude? I'm excited. We've got MicroStrategies once again taking out more crypto loans to buy more Bitcoin.
He's a savage.
Are they behind the pump, bro? Are they behind the pump? Are they the ones manipulating the market? We don't know. Right. We've also got, unfortunately, a big hack in the Axie community. So we'll be jumping into details about how severe that was and what's going on over there. And lastly, but not least, definitely not my favorite, the Ripple community trying to put their little hands on Bitcoin. Stay away from Bitcoin.
You know what? Stick around for the XRP video, guys. You're actually, for the first time, going to hear me probably not have kind words to say about Ripple. This will be, Miguel's going to just have a paramount. He's going to have a heck of an evening. We need to lift Miguel up. Had a little bit of a stressful day. We lift him up through saying bad things about one of my favorites, Ripple XRP. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's take a look first at the market. Let's see what's going on. I think you guys probably have been paying attention, but if you haven't, here it is. The global crypto market cap is about 2.14 trillion with the T. It's down 0.95%. Let me update this, make sure we're still good. Oh, I'm sorry. It's down 0.37%. That's better news. Bitcoin at 47,341, pretty flat, just down about 0.57%. ETH, pretty flat, 33.85. BNB pretty flat. Let's see, XRP down about 3.5%, 3%. Cardano pretty flat.
But let's be honest, things are pretty flat right now. But we've just come out of a massive pump.
Oh,
so
well, yeah. If we started looking at the week,
be upset.
Yeah, if we started looking at the weekly, 11%, 13%, 6.7%, 2%, 22%, 16%, 21%. Yeah, I mean the top 10, everybody is up. Miguel, do you want to do any TA today, or just slide right into?
No, let's just slide right into the articles. Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about Axie first. This was a really interesting when I heard this, I was like, wow, it was a big number. So let's check it out. Axie Infinity's Ronin network suffers $625 million exploit. The latest crypto hack may be the largest yet. The gaming-focused Ronin network announced Tuesday a loss of over $625 million in USDC and ETH. According to a blog post published by the Ronin network's official Substack, the exploit affected Ronin network validator nodes for Sky Mavis, the publishers of a popular Axie Infinity game, and the Axie DAO. An attacker, quote, used hacked private keys in order to forge fake withdrawals from the Ronin bridge across 2 transactions. God, that's 2 big transactions, I'll tell you what. While the Ronin sidechain has 9 validators requiring 5 signatures for withdrawals meant to protect against these type of attacks, the blog post notes that the attacker found a backdoor through our gas-free RPC node, which they abused to get signature for the Axie DAO validator. The blog post pegged the losses at 173,600 Ethereum. Oh my gosh, that makes me sick.
Dude, that's massive.
Yeah, and $25.5 million in USDC, currently worth in excess of $625 million. Miguel, let me ask you something. You are in the programming world. You understand computers well beyond what I do. Why are these okay? are people not taking enough time setting up these these projects, or are these hackers that crafty?
One of them, they're crafty. They're definitely crafty. They're talking about the backdoor, right? Backdoors are created for developers to have quicker access to do certain things. It's almost like when you go into a game and you go into like God mode, right? You put some cheat codes in, and now your
Right.
character doesn't get hurt, can survive, can whatever, can pick up more money faster. It's the same thing for developers. Some developers create backdoors, and this allows them to get in and get out, do things that other people can't do. But these hackers, right? A lot of this is open source, can go in and start looking at the code. And if they understand well enough what's going on, they can find these backdoors and then use them as the developers would use. This is why using leaving backdoors in
What, there's
production
a point? There's
is,
a point of having the back door? Like there's a reason that it's there?
yeah, there's a reason. It makes things easier for developers when they're trying to do certain things, right?
Trying to
They were
edit
just
something?
mentioning it's for gasless RPC, right? So they jump on, they want to make something happen in the code live. They understand that there is a stream that there's a path that they can take to make something happen in the code that the average user wouldn't know exists, but the developers have it, and it's in production, which is not a good thing to do,
Hmm.
obviously, for this exact same reason. It will be found out and it will be exploited.
Interesting. Yeah, I always wondered, there's a number of hacks that happen, and it's like, is this happening just from, negligence, or is this happening because they're so daggone crafty? One of the things that I thought was happening was you have people that, that the cliche sitting in their mom's basement, right? And they have nothing but time on their hands, and they're just, if they're into code, they're just browsing through code, just looking for vulnerabilities, probably
Yes.
obviously using, programs also that are sniffing out vulnerabilities or
Yes.
whatever.
Mhm.
I think it's interesting. I think it's a crazy amount of money. I hope that this is the one part of crypto that's so scary, and it was scary from the time that we got in, but it's really ramped up now. And as we have more and more media attention on crypto, there's also the FUD that goes along with it. It's not that this didn't happen, right? And then it comes down to, how was it handled? Did the company come
Yeah.
out and say, hey, this is what happened, this is why it happened, and we'll fix it and we'll make it right, and boom, which is what it looks like may have happened. But a lot of times that's not what happens. They
It
try to
isn't,
hide it,
but
and
people need to understand that this happens with all software. All software has this vulnerability. There's a lot of different ways to program. There's different styles, right? Different levels of experience as a programmer. And with different levels of experience, there's different tactics you can use to make your code more secure and have less vulnerabilities when it comes to exploits. And there's just certain little things that you can do that are basic, and there's other things that you can do that are extremely advanced. So it all depends on the level of the programmers creating this,
interesting.
their experience on cybersecurity, because you can be an amazing programmer, but you're not well versed in cybersecurity, and it can definitely, you can definitely be vulnerable to some certain things. There's a lot, dude. It's really complex. It's really difficult. It doesn't just happen in crypto. It happens in
Right.
all software, especially open source. This is why sometimes a lot of things are not open source code, because they don't want people reading through it and finding these
Right.
vulnerable things. People get hacked even when the code isn't open source, by the way. I don't want
Yeah.
people thinking that this only happens to open source. Even non-open source websites, there's all types of attacks on websites and applications that can be done to take them down or steal information.
Yeah, and then also we're dealing with not only open source, but it has to do with money. It has to do with financial. So people are probably just that much more lasered in on what
Yes.
it is. So
Yes.
speaking of money, let's talk about MicroStrategy. This man does not quit. I'll tell you what, Michael Saylor is a savage when it comes to Bitcoin. MicroStrategy takes out $205 million Bitcoin-backed loan to buy, what do you think? More Bitcoin. A subsidiary of Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy is leveraging its Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin with a $205 million loan from Silvergate Bank. Michael Saylor is betting more on Bitcoin. A subsidiary of MicroStrategy has just executed a $205 million cash loan using its current Bitcoin holdings as collateral. Silvergate Bank, a San Diego-based bank focused on cryptocurrencies, serviced the loan through the Silvergate Exchange Network, which provides loans collateralized by Bitcoin. The loan has been secured by Bitcoin in MicroStrategy's collateral account. Besides buying more Bitcoin, the proceeds will also be used to cover fees related to loan transactions and general corporate costs. MicroStrategy announced in June 2021 that its existing 92,079 Bitcoin would be held by the newly formed MicroStrategy subsidiary. The company appears to have been registered with a Virginia address. As of the end of December 2021, MicroStrategy held 124,391 Bitcoin. With the new leveraged buy, the company will increase its holdings to roughly 128,687 Bitcoin, worth more than $6 billion with a B dollars. Not long after the news was announced Tuesday morning, Saylor took to Twitter to tout the power of leveraged Bitcoin purchases, saying the strategy can, quote, move the world. And here's what he said: "Give me a lever long enough and Bitcoin on which to place it, and I shall move the world." Dude, the way that he speaks, even just in that tweet, that's a very intelligent tweet. The basically he is explaining a lever action, right? Yep. And how basically when you put something closer or far enough away, you have more
power,
more leverage, right?
Yep.
And man, he is just eating up. Dude, listen, if you want to find somebody that is all in on Bitcoin, Michael Saylor is your boy. I think he's going to be at the Bitcoin conference. Side note, all caps. Yeah, all caps, Debate Crypto. So if you guys want to go and you're looking to get tickets, 20% off. All caps, Debate Crypto, no spaces. But I think he's going to be there. Miguel, since we have the media passes, I want to throw out there, I think we should see if we can chat with him in the back.
Dude, we're just gonna rush the stage and hey, Michael said a quick question.
Dude, we have access to the media area where you know they get ready to do their thing out there. So I'm just throwing out there, we should try to talk to him.
I'm just saying my idea wasn't terrible either. I mean,
yeah, just rush the stage and put a mic in his face. You know what I mean?
I mean, look at the guy from last year, the Dogecoin guy. He just jumped on stage and was like,
dude.
Dogecoin.
I do remember that. He got a lot of publicity from that.
Yes.
Do you know, like, you know how a lot of these projects are like paying big money for their name to get out there, right? I wonder what one of these projects would pay for you to do
rush
what the Dogecoin, to rush the stage and rip your clothes off and have like a Solana freaking suit on or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they better cover bail plus more.
Oh
That's
man,
all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's super funny, dude. Let's take a look. We have one more thing that we want to get to before we get to Ripple. So stick around, guys. The Ripple stuff, the XRP stuff is at the end. Don't miss it. It's going to be good. You actually are going to hear me probably say something negative for the first time. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you're subscribed over here. Guys, we really are trying to pump up the Discord. We're really trying to pump up both of our Twitters. All of our socials are down below the videos. If you guys could take a second and make sure to join the Discord and then make sure to join all of our other socials, it would be greatly appreciated. So I just want to throw that out there that, yeah, we appreciate you guys. Let's take a look at Opensea. He's got an interesting announcement that we need to talk about. Opensea confirms it will start listing Solana NFTs in April. Collections like Solana Monkey Business, Degenerate Apes, and Orrery appear headed to Opensea after firm confirms recent leaks. Solana NFTs will be added to the Opensea marketplace in April. The news follows months of leaks suggesting that support was in the works. Following months of building leaks, leading NFT marketplace Opensea confirmed today that it will indeed add support for NFTs minted on the Solana blockchain. Opensea revealed the news with a short teaser video posted to its official Twitter account, poking fun at the barrage of tweets pointed its way about plans to add Solana. The video, which Opensea tweeted, is about, quote, the best kept secret in Web3. Notes that Solana support is coming in April. No date was mentioned, but the month starts on Friday. Miguel, is this big news or is this just an article for us to fill a couple-minute gap?
No, so this definitely has some level of significance, right? We all know that Opensea is one of the biggest NFT marketplaces out there. One of the biggest, one of the biggest problems with crypto is that everything is isolated. There is the Cardano NFT marketplaces. There's the Solana NFT marketplaces, right? Magic Eden. We have JPG.store for Cardano. We have OpenSeas for Ethereum.
Tofu NFT that does some stuff on Binance. There's
Binance or whatever, right? They're all separated. That's a big problem in the crypto space. Everything is very isolated. OpenSea is bringing up the strategy, the opportunity to now merge some of these blockchains, right? Some of these chains into one marketplace, so that you're not just looking for Ethereum. That's going to bring a lot of revenue to OpenSeas in general. Right now, being able to sell Solana and Ethereum-based NFTs, so it's a great move on their part. Obviously, there's been a lot of issues with OpenSeas in the past, and there will probably continue to be a lot of issues with OpenSeas in the future. But nonetheless, it is a smart move on their behalf to do such a thing.
Yeah, I do totally agree.
How many people are on OpenSeas versus the amount of people on Magic Eden, right?
Oh, it's not even.
Solana,
It's
huge.
not. Yeah, it's not even close. It's not. So it makes a lot of sense. I wonder at what point one of these entities is going to make themselves available, like, to everyone. Because when they do that, it's kind of like, listen, this is the thing that I've been waiting for in the crypto space, and I don't know how long it will be, but someone will be able to do this. Essentially, and you know where I'm headed with this. Essentially, an exchange that is able to hold everything. Okay. And when I say everything, I'm talking about all different networks. I'm talking about NFTs. I'm talking about, leveraging your app. I'm talking about literally a one-stop shop. Whoever creates that one-stop shop and is able to keep your privacy somewhat in check as much as, humanly possible, would never have to, do anything again. That's it. There's the ticket. This makes sense. I'm not going anywhere else. That's all I have to do. Right.
Yeah,
I think that's what Coinbase is shooting for. You've seen that they have well, hold on. Check it out, though. They are getting ready to, or they've got the NFTs that they're going to be able to hold. Right.
Yeah.
And they're starting to more. It used to be, if Coinbase put out a project, it meant that the project was absolutely on point. Now the problem is anymore. It's not true. And what are they doing? They're saying, you know what, we will take money over the our core values of
centralized corruption, bro. Hey, centralized corruption. But yeah, I completely agree. Right? One-stop shop, right? NFTs, all cryptos, leverage trading, right? Crypto loans, staking, APY, absolutely everything in one place. And you know what the name should be?
What should it be?
The Grand Exchange.
Wow. Hold on. Why would it be the Grand Exchange?
Because they can do everything. It's grander than everything else. It's all in one.
That definitely, we need to work on your marketing.
No,
that absolutely sucks. We are all now stupider after hearing that title. Definitely.
That is an amazing name. It gets straight to the point. It's grander than everything else. The Grand Exchange.
We are all now dumber after hearing that explanation. Let's talk about some XRP, guys. For the first time, you are going to hear me say something negative about Ripple, about XRP. It's got to happen, and it's going to happen right now. Where is the...
Let's get it.
Here it is. I had to find it.
I thought you were trying to hide it, but like, okay,
no, it definitely wasn't. It's a good idea. I should have thought of it. Ripple co-founder backs controversial campaign to move Bitcoin to proof of stake. Environmental activist groups, as well as the CEO and co-founder of Ripple, have joined forces to campaign for a code change to Bitcoin. Several environmental groups, including Greenpeace USA Environmental Working Group, as well as local activist organizations, have formed a consortium to launch a campaign highlighting Bitcoin's environmental impact. Per Bloomberg, the initiative, called Change the Code, Not the Climate, I'm freaking throwing up in my mouth right now, by the way, we'll see the consortium run advertisements in major media outlets such as New York Times, what a surprise, and the Wall Street Journal. Bunch of oh no, I can't say that on here, sorry. The goal is to persuade the Bitcoin community to modify the network's existing code and remove its proof of work consensus algorithm, which requires miners to solve complicated problems to validate transactions and issue new currency in favor of the less energy hungry proof of stake mechanism. Miguel, I'm done. I can't read any more of this. This is disgusting. Why? Why?
Oh, I don't know why. I don't want Ripple anywhere near Bitcoin, and the fact that they're backing it, I don't trust it. Right? I didn't trust it from the beginning. Don't make Bitcoin proof of stake. No, keep Bitcoin proof of work. Proof of work is necessary. There is no reason to have everything under proof of stake. It's all about decentralized, right? Different methods, different things. Proof of stake has a ton of problems on of itself. We've had that debate before with Mind Your Biz and BJ on here. So proof of stake's got a bunch of problems. I don't trust it as much as I trust proof of work. I understand proof of work is not perfect. It has issues of itself as well. And we've had that discussion on here as well.
Yeah.
But the fact that the guy, Ripple, no, like that's a huge red flag. Absolutely not. Don't get anywhere near Ripple. Go continue doing your XRP thing over there with your debt slave owners over there in the financial system. Cool.
But it's not about
Awesome.
Ripple. It's not. You know what it's about?
It's about them ruining a great thing.
No.
Yes.
It's about
of
no,
course.
it's not that.
Infiltrate
It is
your
no. It is about
and
a
corrupt them.
leader. It is about a leader being lost in the puppetry, because ultimately all of this environmental talk, this FUD of Bitcoin being so bad for the environment, is nothing more than the puppeteers, right? Moving the people, moving the pieces parts, because the fact is, we've talked about this 10 million times. I'm not even going to go into it again. It is just FUD. It's not a real story. And so, first of all, Bitcoin is not, if Bitcoin moved over to proof of stake, I believe it would be a problem, right? I think that it would crush what part of what Bitcoin is. I don't think that will happen. Secondly, like I said, the Ripple side of things is just a headline, right? People look for Ripple. They're looking for the headline of the lawsuit to be over, blah, blah, blah. I think that ultimately he's just somebody that is either A, an environmental activist that's lost and drank the Kool-Aid, right? Or B, he's being paid as basically an environmental activist, which I don't know if you knew this or not, but a lot of these people that are out there pushing these agendas are paid to push these agendas by some of these companies. If you have Elon Musk,
of course.
If you have Elon Musk, right now, he flip-flopped. He was kind of whatever earlier in the year, but
why did he flip-flop? Why did he flip-flop? Because he's paid to. He was paid to flip-flop, right?
I agree.
He was pro-crypto.
In some type of way.
Pro-crypto, and they were like, hey, buddy, remember those carbon credits? Take a few steps back. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. And so, but ultimately he's back on the crypto train, back on saying that, and listen, if Elon Musk is saying that we need to have more access to gasoline, to oil, right? Then that should tell you something, because he owns an electric car company. He knows this is all fake, just like the rest of the energy consumption and the climate change. The reality is, when you break it all down, the climatization that happens as a result of making these electric vehicles is multiple times worse than the pollution that we put out there from the gas powered vehicles. So it is all a big freaking story. So
yeah, dude, it's wild. I mean, there's just so much. There's so much to it, and people get so stuck on one thing, just this electricity consumption, right? Let's say the electricity consumption were true. Let's assume, let's take it. Let's say it's true.
Okay.
The value that Bitcoin, I'm not even going to put the rest of the crypto, just Bitcoin, proof of work, right? Let's not even think about everything else, brings to the world. And the value is financial freedom through decentralized money, through decentralized digital gold. Okay. That concept, that possibility that you can have in your life is worth a lot more. It brings it a net positive to the world versus what is happening, because there are so many other things in this world that produce a boatload more net negatives that nobody even looks at, no one even thinks about, no one even cares about.
Yeah.
But the fact that they just harp on this one thing is like it produces more value to the world than what it takes away with the negatives of it. Even if the negatives were true, which they are not, but assuming they were true, it brings more. It helps the world be a better place overall, because even if it were true, what does that incentivize the energy companies?
It's easy for them to do it more efficiently, which then is less intensive on the environment. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Exactly, right. And not just less intensive on the environment, but make better power products, making products that generate electricity and power
cheaper, more and efficiently. Easier. Yep, and they make more money.
It's exactly. So they're helping the power grid, the energy sector overall, and at the same time you're getting financial decentralized freedom.
Yeah.
So it just even if it were true, they're still wrong. Even if it were true, which is not.
Yeah. Um, I'm interested. I want to talk to a few people. I know that there are people in the crypto space that believe some of this narrative still. Like
There's a
they're
lot of
out
people that believe a lot of things.
they're out there. Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree. If you are in the chat and you're going to the Bitcoin conference, drop a 1. If you can't go to the conference, drop a 2. I'm super excited to see some people there.
Also,
Hopefully.
if you're in the chat and you haven't joined our Discord yet, go on over and join our Discord. Guys, the things we're doing for this NFT project are going to be mind-blowing. We've had a few discussions with a few people about our roadmap and what we're bringing to the table. It's going to be insane. Jump into the Discord. We're going to be releasing our roadmap here sometime soon, sooner than you think.
I want to ask something. I want to give us an extra minute or so here. I want to ask everybody in here. How many people we have in here? We have 28 people in here. I want to ask you guys before we jump into the Discord and ask. I just want to ask you guys live right now. So let's get rid of the 1s and 2s. Let's use 3s and 4s now because I'm going to get confused on which was which. Let's use 3s and 4s. Okay. I want you to drop a 3 if you like the idea of an airdrop as part of your NFT. So like you don't know what you're actually getting. I want you to drop a 4 if you absolutely know if you want to absolutely know what you're getting. So a 3 if you like the idea of buying something, not knowing exactly what it's going to be, and then you're in suspense waiting, drop a 3. If you like the idea of, hey, I want to know exactly what I'm buying, I'm putting X amount of ETH into this, drop a 4. I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds. We are going to be doing more whitelist spots. We've got a competition coming up that we are going to drop this evening. So if you are not in the Discord, jump in there now. There's going to be a whitelist competition that's starting this evening, and we will dictate and push out what that looks like as it relates to that. Let's see here, 3, 4.
Yeah, but I mean,
3.
talking about the airdrop, right? Like, let's give people some reference on what we mean by it. If you guys are aware of, let's say, Red Village is an example that they sold you the blood portal, right? You bought that. That's an NFT in of itself. And then you get airdropped your champion outside of, so you have the blood portal, which continues being your NFT, and then you get airdropped your actual champion per blood portal that you bought. So it'd be somewhat similar to exactly that same concept. You would be getting a NFT that represents your actual NFT later on. So you're going to be holding 2 NFTs per purchase that you're making. And they're going to have value within of itself. They're going to have utility within of itself. And you know, some people like that, some people don't like it. We just want to get other people's feedback. I think it's a pretty cool experience. When we went through Red Village, and
I liked it.
That it was exciting.
We talked about it for days. We were like, "What? Are we getting the airdrop today? When's that happening?" It was pretty cool. Thank you for the super chat. 3, but I think that price is important. Price is important, guys.
Yes, it is.
And ultimately, as it stands, we're going to do it at 0.1 ETH. If it did anything at all, it would go down in price, but we're not going to go higher than 0.1 ETH. We believe 100%. That, and listen, I'm going to tell you this, at 0.1 ETH with what we're doing, you are absolutely, it is a steal. So I mean, when you guys actually see the roadmap that we're putting out there, and then you understand, you're like, wait a minute, because a lot of these projects will say, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that. But if you actually did some math on it, you'd be like, wait a minute, like that's just kind of a cash grab or whatever. We are actually investing, and part of our roadmap, I'll just tell you, is a treasury of reinvested funds, because we have plans to continue moving forward, and we need the money to be able to do what we're doing. It's big. We're not thinking small, and you shouldn't be thinking small either.
You know, we've talked about it before. Our project is about real life utility, doing real life things, real life resources. So it's going to take real life money, right? We're going to have to use a lot of the money that we get from the initial sale to reinvest into the project, to make things happen, to make certain things come to fruition. So it's not just a, you know, like these other NFT drops that are just, oh, you know, then we're going to sell you this, and then we're going to sell you this other stuff. And there's not a lot from their end actually being reinvested into the project. It's going to take real life money to make these real life events and resources come to fruition.
So Hazley's asking, let's just talk about it real quick. How,
Yeah.
so I think what she meant to say was how will airdrops have real life utility? Or if you're asking how will the NFTs, so what we're talking about with the airdrops is essentially you would buy an NFT. That NFT would be essentially a placeholder for what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
And
talking
I
about
will
the
say,
airdrop.
yeah, I'm talking about the airdrop. If we airdrop it, I will say that if we decide to do it that way, we're still talking to the devs about what changes what and just going through some technical stuff. If we decide to do it that way, you guys will have a sneak preview of what the actual art is going to look like. It's not like it's just going to be like, hey, good luck. I hope you guys like the art. You're going to be able to see what it is that you're getting into. We will be giving you a heads up. But what the real life utility, and again, Hazley, if you're not in the Discord, I think you are, but if you're not, jump into the Discord. When you buy these NFTs, when we talk about it's going to do something to help you prepare for the future, we believe that this country and this world is headed in a bad way. And we want you to be prepared for if things go south. We literally have real world utility that if you buy the NFT, you're going to be able to take advantage of it and use that real world utility to prepare for the future. It's not that you're going to present your NFT when the whole world goes to crap and say, hey, wait a minute. No, you're going to already be a part of a community that is able to communicate whether things are up, down, left, right, sideways, or any other way possible. You're going to have communication. You're going to have a game plan. You're going to have you're gonna
have real life resources and skills that are going to be acquired because of these NFTs that are going to be presented to you. We're going to be able to, like you said, prepare you for when things go sideways. We truly do believe in what we're talking about here. We are implementing these kind of things into our own daily lives, and we always have. This is why we brought it up, and we said, you know what? There's a lot of people in the NFT space. They're all focused on the metaverse. They're all focused on, play to earn and yada yada, and that's all great and cool. But real life is still here. We're not living in the metaverse yet, right? You can't digitize your brain and just say, well, I'm safe from the real world dangers and I'm just going to live in the metaverse. Real life, we're still here physically. So we still need to deal with real life problems as they come up, and people need to be prepared. And a lot of people in the NFT and crypto space are very financially prepared for, things going sideways with the dollar, but they're not prepared for anything else to go sideways. So that is why we're bringing this to the crypto space.
Yeah. I personally love the suspense of, just not knowing, but feeling that things are going to go in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I like that. I'm all about it.
Holy Crystal Batman, thank you for the super chat. We will answer that question with some.
We will answer that question with yes and no, depending on where you live and what you end up doing with the project.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, there's going to be stuff that's going to happen, but I will tell you, it will be worth it. You will enjoy it. But yeah, with that said, Crypto Fam, we love you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Again, join all the socials. Get up with us. Let's have some fun. Let's
hit up that Discord, guys.
Hit up that Discord. Yeah. So I guess
Let's
that's it.
Up.
We love you guys. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.
In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the Crypto Keeper and BlockchainCrusader.